Yo, what's up guys, it is Seahawks here, back with another video, and today's my Week 5 NFL recap. All games besides Monday are over, so we're going to start talking about it right now. Enjoy the video, and as always, go Hawks. Alright, starting the week off, we got the Thursday night game where the Niners shocked the world, including probably their own fans, and beat the Rams 26-23. All these injuries, and the Rams couldn't take advantage of that. Come on. Mac Jones had a great day, 342, 2 touchdowns, only got sacked once. McCaffrey led the team with 57 rushing yards. Kendrick Bourne had a career day, 10 for 142. McCaffrey and Tongas had the receiving touchdowns. 13 tackles for Siegel, 1 sack for Bryce Huff. They didn't pick off Stafford at all. 14 points for Panera. You don't win this game without that stat line. 4 punts for Morstead, and now the Rams. Stafford, 389, 3 touchdowns. Stafford's making a great case for MVP right now with these last 2 games he's had. Kyren Williams, 65 rushing yards, but the 2 fumbles, oh man, that's bad. 5 for 88 for Devontae Adams. Nakua had the receiving touchdown. Kyren lost fumble. So did Stafford. 14 tackles for Landman. Byron Young and Kobe Turner combined for the sack. They didn't pick off Mac Jones at all. 5 points for Cardi, 2 points for Evans. The Niners got the stop in overtime on Kyren Williams to win. Just a rough game in general for Kyren and the Rams, but respect to the Niners for pulling out a win with all these injuries. Vikings beat the Browns, and the Vikings now 5-0 in London. Nice. 21-17. Carson Wentz 236 and a score. Goddamn Cam Akers back on the Vikings for the umpteenth time. He threw a fucking touchdown because why not? 52 rushing yards for Jordan Mason. Justin Jefferson had a great game, 7 for 123. Addison had the touchdown at the end of the game. And Josh Oliver with a touchdown of his own. Scott and Mason lost fumbles. 9 tackles for Eric Wilson. 1 sack for Ivan Pace. The other coming from Tyrion Ingram Dawkins. I probably said that wrong. No picks. 3 points for Reichard. 5 points for Ryan Wright. And now the Browns. Dylan Gabriel, his first career start. 190 and 2 touchdowns. Not bad. Judkins having himself another elite game. 23 for 110. Njoku got the touchdown. Harold Fannin down here also got touchdown. Both tight ends scored on the day. Carson Schlesinger with 12 tackles. A sack for Alex Wright. Other 2 coming from Malik Collins. No interceptions. 5 points for Smite and 8 punts for Corey. Alright, now we got the Texans beating down the Ravens 44-10. Stroud 244 and 4 touchdowns. Chubb 61 and a touchdown, looking like the Chubb we know and love. 64 yards for Christian Kirk. Touchdowns went to Collins, 2 to Hutchinson, and 1 to Noel. No fumbles. They got 1 sack with Mario Edwards Jr., a former Seahawk right there. 2 interceptions for Petrie, 1 for Lassiter. 14 points for Fairburn, more than the Ravens put up the whole game, and just 1 punt from Townsend. And now the Ravens, there's really nothing to go over. Rush did absolutely nothing. He threw 3 picks. Derrick Henry with their team's only touchdown on the day. Flowers was 72 yards. D-Hop had a nice catch early on in the game against his former team. 15 tackles for Teddy Buchanan. And a sack for Trenton Simpson. And another sack for Kyle Van Noy. So there's something, I guess. And 4 points for Tyler Loop. Yeah, just absolutely nothing. But, the Ravens, they're injured. So, what do we want them to do, really? Alright, we got the Saints getting their first win of the year. 26-14. Now the Saints won't go winless like I predicted they would. Giants got shut out in the second half. Jackson Dart threw 2 meatballs of an interception. He did have 2 touchdowns, though. Scadaboo with 59 yards, and Dart's a scrambling quarterback himself as well. 2 touchdowns for Theo Johnson. 3 lost fumbles on the day. 10 tackles for Okereke. No sacks or interceptions for the Giants. 2 points for Jude, 2 punts for Gillen, and now the Saints. Rattler got his first NFL win. I think he was 0-10 before this week. But hey, got your first win under your belt. Nice. Threw a touchdown. Miller led the team with 41 rushing yards. Shaheed had a nice touchdown at 114 yards. All three of these guys recovered fumbles. McKinstry had 2 interceptions, and I believe those were his first 2 career interceptions. The first one looked like he was literally the receiver on that route by the sideline. That was interesting. 14 points for Gruppy and 2 punts for Kroger. We got one of the other shocks of the week. The Broncos take down Philly, gives Philly their first loss of the year, 21-17. The Broncos actually remembered they were playing football in the fourth quarter. Bo Nix, 242 and a touchdown. Dobbins had himself a great day, had a score. Sutton with 99 yards, a touchdown from Evan Engram. I feel like I haven't heard him much this year, but hey, great time to be alive. No fumbles. 2.5 sacks from Nick Benito. He got 6 total on the day. No interceptions. 7 points for Lutz and 7 punts for Crashaw. And now the Eagles, 2 touchdowns from Hurts, 280 yards. This rushing, what is this rushing? It's bad. I expected more from Saquon, but I don't even know. 6 carries, too. It's like, what? 114 yards for Smith. Saquon did get a receiving touchdown. Goddard got the other one. No fumbles. You got 2 sacks on the day, one coming from Za'Darius Smith in 2025. 5 points for Elliott and 7 points for Mann. Cowboys beat the Jets 37-22. Jets had one of them quarters where almost all their points came in the fourth quarter. Why do you guys keep doing that? It's like the 4th time you've done it this season. 4 touchdowns from Dak, 135 yards from Javonte Williams. Hey, maybe he just needed a scenery change. He's looking like one of the best running backs in football right now. Ryan Florney, of all people, led the team in receiving with 114. Pickens had a touchdown, 2 for Ferguson. My fantasy team loved that. Another touchdown from Javonte Williams. 15 tackles for James. You got 5 total sacks on the day, 1.5 coming from James Houston. No interceptions, 7 points for Aubrey. Missed an extra point, that's odd. And 5 punts for Anger. And now Fields, 283 and 2 scores. Breece Hall with 113 yards. I saw he got injured. I don't know the severity of it. Hope he's okay, though. 71 yards for Garrett Wilson and a score. Andrew Beck with the other score. Breece Hall did lose a fumble. 7 tackles for Sherwood. Just 1 sack coming from McGregor. No interceptions. 6 points for Folk. 4 punts for Austin. Jets go to 0-5. Looking still like one of the worst, if not the worst team in football as of now, record-wise at least. You know, actually, if we're going to talk about the worst team in the league, I think the Raiders might actually be the worst team in the league. They are fucking terrible. 2 interceptions from Geno Smith. One of them went to Laiatu Latu, a defensive end. I know it was tipped, but still, that's an interception to a fucking defensive lineman, bro. Genty was 67 rushing yards. Tucker was 62 receiving yards. No fumbles. Their defense did nothing. No sacks or picks. All points came from Carlson. Only 1 punt, though, but their punter did get hurt early on in the game. So that's not good at all because Colt is one of the better punters in football. Daniel Jones, 212 and 2 touchdowns. Richardson came in, and his first completion and pass of the season went to himself. It was kind of funny. JT, 66 rushing yards, but 3 rushing touchdowns. My fantasy team thanks you for that. 55 yards for Dublin, a touchdown for Warren and Pittman. I think that was Warren's first receiving touchdown of his career. Jones fumbled. Taylor recovered it. 9 tackles for Austin. Got 4 sacks on the day. Blackman and Latu with the interceptions. Schrader with 1 point. He also did get injured in this game. Sanchez with 2 punts. Man, the Colts 3-0 at home. I know they played the Raiders, but they dropped 40 fucking points on the Raiders. Elite. Dolphins lose to the Panthers 27-24. Yeah. Tua had 3 touchdowns. This rushing, terrible. 19 rushing yards. What is this? Waddle looked elite. No Tyreek Hill, so Waddle's going to be the main focal point of the receiving aspect of the offense. Fucking Darren Waller is still throwing up great stat lines in 2025. 3 touchdowns in his last 2 games. Achane had a receiving touchdown where he legit looked like a wide receiver on that play. It was nuts. Expect him to get more receiving action with Tyreek being out. Bradley Chubb recovered a fumble. I'll get to that in a moment. 13 tackles for Brooks with half a sack, got 3 total sacks on the day. Minkah Fitzpatrick with an interception. Welcome back to Miami. 6 points for Patterson, 6 punts for Bailey, and now Bryce Young. 198, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Pick was awful. In that fumble, he might be the first quarterback I've ever seen that got strip sacked without being touched. Like, I don't... What the fuck? Rico Dowdle, though, 23 carries, 206 yards, and a rushing touchdown. My guy, what? That is all but 50 yards that Tua had. Well, passing at least, but dude just took advantage of Chuba not playing. McMillan, 73 receiving yards. Hey, Xavier Legette had a touchdown. That's weird. Mitchell Evans, I think 2 straight weeks of him scoring a touchdown with 2 separate quarterbacks throwing it to him, I believe. 9 tackles for Roseboom. 3 total sacks on the game. No picks. 9 points for Fitzgerald and 3 punts for Martin. This is a game I can't really be mad at all. It was such a great game played. Sucks to lose a game like this, but I mean, wow, what a game this was. Game of the week for sure. Baker was amazing, 379 and 2 touchdowns. This rushing without Bucky Irving not going to be as good. Emeka Egbuka, like I said the other day, he's Offensive Rookie of the Year, no doubt about it. Cade Otton had 6 catches coming into this game, and he tore our defense a new ass. Sterling Shepard had a touchdown. Tez Johnson also had a great game. Tyke Smith recovered a fumble, which, what the fuck was that play call there? 9 tackles for David, including the game-winning interception, that would be. No sacks for Tampa. McLaughlin with 12 points, 2 punts for Dixon, 3 total punts in this game. Sam Darnold, that interception was not his fault. It literally bonked off the head of a fucking defender. And of course, there's people blaming Darnold for this loss. So like, what do you guys want? Darnold played a fucking amazing game. And just unfortunately, the ball bounced off the defender's head into Levante David's hands. Sorry, I guess. Kenneth Walker played a great game. Charbonnet had a touchdown. I don't know what these play packages are for Jalen Milroe, but you were down like 13-0 and calling fucking plays like that. What are we doing, Kubiak? JSN had an elite game. Him and Egbuka were fighting to see who the better OSU receiver was. In this game, it's Egbuka, but outside of it, it's JSN. Cooper Kupp had a great game. My boy A.J. Barner with 2 receiving touchdowns. I manifested his breakout season, I think, in either late July or the middle of August. It was one of those two, but I manifested this. Torrey Horton had a great touchdown. Cooper Kupp had a great catch when we were at the 1-yard line. Milroe lost a fumble. 8 tackles for Bryant, half a sack for Nwosu and D'Anthony Bell. No interceptions. 5 points for Myers. I mean, if he didn't miss that field goal early on in the game, we probably could have gone into overtime, but I don't know. I mean, our defense played like shit, but hard to play defense when you're playing with a block of Swiss cheese with all these damn injuries. 1 punt for Dixon. Hey, Cardinals. What was this? You guys were winning 21-6 in the 4th quarter, and you lose to the Titans. To the anemic offense of the Tennessee Titans. I picked the Titans to win because I was being a hothead and I fucking hate the Cardinals. But Cardinals, what the hell? Cam Ward, celebrate this, man. 265, an interception that turned out to be a touchdown for you guys on the same exact play. I can't even describe what that was. Pollard was 67 yards and a rushing touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 131, had an elite play at the end of the game as I switched back over to red zone. This play was happening. My jaw was on the ground. I didn't think Calvin Ridley had that in him anymore. It was something all right. Pollard lost a fumble. Lockett recovered a fumble. So did Draymond Jones. I think Lockett recovered the fumble that was a touchdown. I'm not sure. 12 tackles for Cedric Gray, 1.5 sacks for Simmons, 3 total on the day, no interceptions, 10 points for Sly and 5 punts for Hecker. Kyler Murray, 220. He got injured in this game. I'm not sure if he came back in it, but I did see he got injured. DeMarcado, he would have had a touchdown if he wasn't a fucking idiot. Let go of it at the 1 yard line, and it got punched out. Dude, why do players keep doing this? Like the third time it's happened this year. Michael Carter, Kyler Murray, and Bam Knight. I didn't even know he was still in the league. They had rushing touchdowns. Harrison Jr. mossed 2 Titans in the start of this game. I saw it. I'm going to keep my mouth zipped about him, I think, for a little while now. Murray fumbled and lost it, so did DeMarcado because he's a dumbass. 6 tackles for Mack Wilson. 2 sacks for Josh Sweat. An interception for Demerson. 3 points for Ryland and 7 punts for Gillikin. Safe to say the Chargers are frauds. They have lost 2 straight games, 1 to Jackson Dart in his first game, and 1 to a returning from injury Jaden Daniels, who I don't even know if he looks relatively healthy yet. But 231 and a score. Moret, 111, 2 rushing touchdowns. My friend Noah has him on his bench in fantasy. I don't know why, but I'm going to be in his ear about that one for sure. Deebo Samuel had a nice touchdown at the end of the game, 96 yards. McCaffrey had 50 yards on 1 catch. Moret did lose a fumble. B-Wags, 14 tackles. And there's defense. 2 sacks for Armstrong, 1.5 for Von Miller, 1 sack for Jerson Newton, half a sack for Jacob Martin, 5 total sacks. Sanders still with an interception. Gay with 9 points, 2 punts for Tress Way. And now the Chargers. Herbert didn't play good at all. He led the team in rushing. I saw that Hampton got injured. Keenan Allen, I think the fastest player to ever get to 1,000 catches. I think it was either 158 or 159 games. So, good for you, buddy. The touchdown came from Ladd McConkey. He is alive in a way. Johnston lost a fumble. 11 tackles for Dye. 1 sack on the day, and it was from Justin Ebugaib. I can't read, I don't know. No interceptions, 4 points for Dicker, and 2 punts for Scott. This game was a lot closer than I thought it would be. Honestly, props to Jake Browning for leading sort of a fourth quarter comeback. I thought this game was going to be the first to ever have a fucking mercy rule. Jared Goff, 258, 3 touchdowns. David Montgomery threw a touchdown. That was dope as hell. Montgomery had 65 rushing yards and a touchdown. Gibbs had 54. St. Brown, 100 yards. Touchdown for Laporta, Gibbs, Tesla, and Brock Wright. Nice. Goff lost a fumble. 11 tackles for Campbell. A sack for Barnes. Another one from Hutchinson. Elite. Interceptions for Anzalone, Robertson, and Joseph. 5 points for Bates, 5 punts for Fox. Now the Bengals. Browning, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. I still don't know why he's a starting quarterback. He is fucking terrible. But still, like I said, props to him for sort of leading a comeback. I mean, this rushing, it is probably the worst rushing team in football. I don't know what's up with Chase Brown. Jamar Chase, 110, 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins had the other one. Browning fumbled. 8 tackles for Knight. Pretty sure, Jamar Chase had 3 tackles of his own. At one point, he was leading the team in tackles. A sack for Osai. 2 sacks for Hendrickson. The other one from Miles Murphy, former first-round pick. No interceptions. 6 points for McPherson and 4 punts for Reckow. And down goes the Buffalo Bills. No more undefeated teams. The New England Patriots, for the first time since 2022, have won back-to-back games. And Drake May went toe-to-toe with the reigning MVP and helped take him down 23-20. Drake May, 273, no touchdowns, no interceptions. I thought played a very exceptional game. This running game, though, it was bad. I mean, Stevenson got 2 rushing touchdowns, but, man, he is a fumble machine. Stephon Diggs, though, returning to Buffalo, 10 catches on 12 targets, 146 yards, averaging 14.6 yards a catch. Unbelievable. Stevenson, lost a fumble. Spillane led the guys with 8 tackles, 1 full sack, and it came from Williams and Hawkins splitting it. Interception from Marcus Jones towards the end of the game. 11 points for Andy. You don't win this game without him. And he got the game-winning kick with seconds left in the game. 4 punts for Behringer. And now Josh Allen. 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, a horrible interception. The rushing just seemed to disappear today. James Cook, known 100-yard rusher, didn't even crack 50 yards this week. Dalton Kincaid, though, had himself a breakout game, and then Curtis Samuel and Keon Coleman had touchdowns. I think it was Coleman who had that great back of the end zone catch for the touchdown. Both Allen and Coleman lost fumbles. 6 tackles for 3 guys on the defense. A sack for Rasu, sack for Shaq Thompson. Ended with 4 total sacks on the day. No interceptions. 8 points for Prater, 2 punts for Wishnowski. Man, I keep saying it, but I think the Patriots are a real deal team this year. And the Bills, I don't even know what to really say. To be fair, I didn't really pay attention much to this game because the first half damn near put me to sleep. It actually motivated me to do homework. So that's pretty much what I did the second half. Like, there was just nothing in the first half that was interesting. And you know me, I like offense, and there was like no offense. There's also a difference, because I know there's people out there that say, you don't appreciate good defense. There's a difference between good defense and just purely shit offense. The first half was shit offense, but something was in the Kool-Aid or Gatorade at halftime for both of these teams that made them wake up and be like, oh shit, we're playing football right now in front of America on national television. But yeah, Patriots 2-0 away this year. Not looking bad. I really think they can be a contender. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you'll never miss an upload. I will see you in the next video. Go Hawks!